So I'm going to start highlighting. This time I'm going to do more of a mid-tone colour. I'm not going to use the brightest colour that I'm going to go. Obviously the base, I've got the black red, and the highest I want to go is scarlet, which is a nice orangey red. So instead of just jumping straight up to the scarlet, there might be a bit of a noticeable change between the two colours if I just jump straight away. I know I'll be sort of using like a layering sort of technique to feather it out, but I still want a colour in the middle just to sort of blend it in a bit better. So I'm going to use Vallejo model colour flat red 70957. Got the flat red mixed up, it's about 3 to 1, quite watery, and I've already done a few tests as you can see here. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be layering it on using, with the base coats. When I put one on, obviously you could still see the white through, and I had to put more and more layers on in order to thicken it up for the opacity. So this is basically going to be the same thing, but I'll be using the opacity on different areas of the model and building up the coats to the top layers. So I'll do a quick example here. So if you do one stroke, let's just do a fast stroke there, you see it here, it dries quite dull. Now if I do another line on top of that, it gets a bit harder. If I do another line, you get a bit brighter, bit brighter, bit brighter, until you're on your top brightness, which is that really bright red. So obviously on the model I'll be using a zenithal technique, which you might have heard done, where you spray the entire model with black spray paint and then you either spray a grey or a white. So if this was a spray can, you'd spray it directly down so it would fall on the tops of the model, highlighting the areas and giving you a guide of where to paint. So this one I'll be painting from, with the scarlet, which is my brightest highlight, that'll be straight down. So this one needs to be a bit more curved, so I'll be painting from about here up and over, here up and over, so you can catch in some of these areas. I'm going to start spraying. I've got the spray, the valve here, set quite wide, so I'm getting quite a wide spray if I go quite back. And I want to be coming back a good 6-7 inches so the spray falls onto it as opposed to paints in a more controlled area. So I'm just going to start by starting here, just nice quick bursts over the top of the model, turn the model around, same thing again, turn it this way, same thing again, and this way. There again. So as you can see, before the paint fully dries there, I don't know if you can see quite well on the camera, but you've got the bright reds on the top and no paint has went into the bottom. You've even got it on the knuckles, the tail, it's getting in on the shoulders, the top of the bones, on the head, the back muscles, everything there. So when this paint dries, it'll dry a lot duller, and then I just need to keep putting layers on as before. But as I put more and more layers on, I want to concentrate the paint flow towards the top of the model, so you get a nice sort of transitional blend. Okay, so now I've done about 5 or 6 layers with the red on this. I wasn't going to film them just because it was the sort of same thing over and over again, but we're now coming to the end of this layer, and as you can see, I've got a very bold red on the top. I don't know how well you can see on the camera, but if I do, for example, the tail, you've got this very bright red here on the top of the tail, whereas it's very dark underneath. I have to touch up that white with paint, missed that. Plus, you've also got a very bright red here, but where the hand obviously blocks the paint, you've got a little bit more shadow just underneath that hand. So you've got nice blends on the muscles here, which you can see. You've got areas of light hitting on tops of the leg muscles, and where you've got shading underneath. If I just turn that around there, you can see it all on these arm muscles. You've got light picking out the tops of these arm muscles, you've got light picking out this one, picking out the hand, but you've still got shading underneath here and all there. I'm going to work with the final highlight colour with the reds. It says Vallejo model colour Scarlet 70817. I've already put it into the brush, mixed it up in the little jar. I've set me thing as to what I wanted. I've done a couple of this, so I've got some nice orange there. Just nice and controlled. what I'm going to be doing with this is I'm going to be the same technique as the reds. I'll just be layering it up and layering it up and layering it up, let one layer dry, layer up. But I'm going to be focusing more to the top of the Mini. So obviously I'll be doing a lot more with the model like this. So instead of going as I did this one, I went sort of, maybe it was about 180 degrees over, probably. It was a bit more than what I had planned. This I'll probably just do sort of 45 degrees, just to catch the tops, catch this edge of the tail, maybe a couple of the toes, and what have you. So I'm going to go on with the first coat. So I'll just put that on, nice and light. There. It's pretty much the first coat done. It really doesn't require much paint. I'll tell you what, I'll just change that around there. Just do a slight coat over the top of there. So that is pretty much a coat. I'm not putting a lot of paint on at all. I really just want it on the tops for this highlight. For the shading, I've screwed the model off the wooden post that I was using to support it, and I've laid it down there in an area where I'm spraying will catch all the shadow areas. Similar to doing when I did it from the top. This time I'm just doing it from the bottom. Easy peasy. I've mixed up a new mix of paint. Now this is about 5 parts black red, the original base coat colour, about 4 parts purple, 70959, Fleo model colour again, and about 2 parts black, model colour. So I've mixed this new colour up, and if I just give it a little test spray, you can see that is quite a dark colour, but it's got that nice sort of purple tint to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start spraying it in, just as before, just nice and light. Just start spraying. Really build up the contrast with this. So I've done a few layers with that, and there's the final model. You can see quite well. I'll take a photo and put up. As you can see, I've really boosted the contrast. See, it's very dark under here, under the torso area. The muscles have got this lovely shading on under the arms. So area really, you can really pick it out on these muscles.